What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another review. Thanks for checking out my channel. This is Over Ben 1000, and I'm gonna be reviewing the brand new, well, I guess I could say brand new, 1988 remastered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, guys, I love this. I know the Motu guys have had Origins for a very long time, and while I like Masters of the Universe, they came nowhere near Ninja Turtles in my opinion. And just having these, something close to what the fans of Motu have, it's just great. It's fantastic. I absolutely love that we got these. Now, are they perfect? Absolutely not. There are some small issues that I have. I will tell you about those issues, no problem. But overall, I think these are pretty good figures, especially if you have that nostalgia kick for the Ninja Turtles or the 80s or 90s generally, like most 40-year-olds like me have. First and foremost, let's take a look at their packaging, and I will pull forward my favorite turtle, Raphael, his packaging. Now, the turtles in this packaging look really cool. I ain't gonna lie. The way they're set up in that packaging is just very well done, and you got all the weapons around them there and whatnot, and you see them standing straight in the packaging, which is nuts because Ninja Turtles never stood straight. They were always a little bit hunched over. You got that old school art design up here in the corner, the splash up there, the Ninja Turtles, 40 years of Ninja Turtles, which is nuts. And you got a little splash down here. They talk about the all-new articulation and deco, and we'll touch on the deco. You got all of them here as well with their weapons and their base. They do come with a base, which is pretty neat. No pegs in the base. You have to kind of put them wherever you want to put them. It's fine. They stand pretty sturdy, as you see here. On the back, they show them all. The splash. This is what I like. This is vintage Turtles. I wish it was almost like the re-releases, the original re-releases had. That would be kind of cool. But for right now, they only have the four Turtles. I hope this line continues. I really do. I hope this sells enough that Playmates is like, let's keep doing it. I'd love to get a Shredder and Krang and Splinter and Casey and April, all of it. Remaster them all. And up here in the corner it says, it's 1988 again, only better. Collect all your favorite classic style Ninja Turtles, well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, now remastered with super articulation and detailed deco. You got Leonardo up here in the top. You got the other three turtles down here in the bottom. This is Rasbach, so it's set, you know, you got the classic 1988 styling with 13 points of articulation, and you got bonus weapons. And there is a lot of bonus weapons with these guys, and I'll go over them here in a little bit. But yeah, here they are. You got the four dudes, and you got their display bases, and they just look real good. They look very, very nice. They're fun figures. I'm going to use Donatello as my display one. Even though I said Raph's my favorite, Don is in the most basic pose, so he's going to be my my guinea pig. As you see, like right away, let's just get this his bow staff, which does have painted purple, and the original one that was just all brown. And stand him up straight here, which is, again, something you couldn't really ever do before with Ninja Turtles. This is new. They always were a little bit hunched or a little bit ankled over, and there you have him. Like, he's in a base straight pose, you know, that's pretty cool. His articulation, you know, he can do a T-pose. When's the last time an original Playmates Turtle could do a T-pose? You know, he doesn't have a full 90-degree bend there, but he does have the elbow bend, which again is great. You have the wrist swivel. He has bend at the knee. He can go all the way out that way. He can do the splits, guys. Look at that. 1988 turtle that can do the splits. Crazy. He can front kick. Not really. I mean, he can, but he can't. As you see, it kind of wants to go out to the side a little bit, and that's just because of the shell. It is what it is. I'm not going to really have the turtles in Super Ninja Mega Pose. What I really like is he can look real far up. All of them can look pretty darn far up. That's a first. And they can look a little down, up, and a little down. Not too much down, but it is what it is. And yeah, he just got all of his belt and you name it on there. The only thing that I'll complain about, the overall look of the figure, is the pitted skin. I do not like that. And I think that's been a complaint for pretty much everybody. He has orange peel skin. They all do. Why? I don't know. The Motu Origin figures just added articulation, and I really think Playmates should have went with that. We didn't need stylized skin. Like, we didn't need realistic skin at all. But that's what they decided to give us. So that's what we take, right? And, I mean, honestly, in person, it's not as bad as what I thought it looked like in the photographs that they put out. In the photographs, I was really turned off. I wasn't even convinced that I was going to get these, just because that pitted skin turned me off so bad. But in hand, it's not as bad as what I originally thought it was going to be. If they continue the line, I would honestly like to see them do another line of the turtles, just 100% how they looked like originally. No pitted skin. And honestly, another big complaint that people have, fix this while they're at it, the heads. And what do I mean about that? Is if you know Ninja Turtles, if you grew up with the Ninja Turtles like I did, these two guys have swapped heads. This should be Donatello's head, based on the original Donatello, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Leonardo, for whatever reason, has Donatello's head. Donatello has Leonardo's heads from the original figures. They swapped around. I don't know why they did that, but they did. So if they do another line of the turtles, make it exactly how they used to look. Make them have the smooth skin and fix these heads. Like, this isn't a deal breaker for me, the heads and the skin, but I don't know why Playmates messed that up. Like, this is the company that made the figures originally. How could you possibly mess up the heads? Is it a huge deal? No, but something that could have been easily avoided. And I don't know why it wasn't. Now, moving on to accessories, like Donatello comes with his bow staff. He also comes with this thing. As Mad Hatter Reviews said, this looks like a weapon that if you use it against someone, you're also going to hurt yourself. And that's 100% true. Like, this doesn't look like a weapon you could use functionally. Like, you're gonna kill yourself when you use this weapon against somebody. He also comes. Every turtle comes with one of these, the Stabby Stab, which I don't know the names here, guys. So I mean, if you know them, okay. I'm not a ninja weapons expert, so it is what it is. But these came with all the original Ninja Turtles too. Raphael is the only one that has a spot to hold them, because they all have back weapons, obviously. Like Donatello's bow staff ported on his back. Leonardo's sword sheaths are on his back. Michelangelo's nunchucks are on his back. Raph's eyes are on his front, so he's the only one that gets the port, and you can kind of see it back here on his belt. But they all get this, and they all get this. Another ninja stabby stab, right? Whatever. That's Donatello's accessories. Leonardo comes with the Blade of Doom. And the cool thing about that is how this is he can hold it with both of his hands. He will have the range and ability to put this in there. Like, he can either hold it like this, like this, like this, and I've tested it out. He can grab here and hold here with both hands. What he'd do that for, I don't know. But yeah, he has a Blade of Doom here, which is kind of neat. Michelangelo has this. It just, the plastic, flexible, spiked nunchuck. I mean, it's not a nunchuck. I don't know what you'd call these. Again, I'm not a ninja weapons expert, but he comes with that. And something cool about Mikey is that's real chain. They put real chain on his nunchucks. He comes with two, obviously. And I just think that's great. A real chain on nunchucks goes a long way. Hasbro and every ninja figure you ever make for the G.I. Joe Classified. Can we get real chain on those, please? So that's cool that he does that. Raph comes with his size, obviously. And you would not be able to get him to hold these size this way on the original figure. And like I said, the Ninja Stabby Stab is on his back there. Leonardo comes with his 2 swords as well, like his main weapons. And Raph also comes, this is all out of order, and I apologize, but it is what it is. Raph also comes with this double spike hammer, and I think that's a really cool weapon for Raph. I feel like that's something he would actually use, like this big beefcakey, you gotta be a powerhouse to use it weapon. That fits Raph really well. And they each come with 2 throwing stars. So yeah. And of course their bases, like if you see here, they each have a specific base that they come with. Sorry about the jiggle there. Mike comes with this one with satellite dish, it looks, I think they're satellite, and some kind of venti thing. Raph has the ladder and the chimney. Leo looks like he has a cable wire and a skylight. And Dawn has the air conditioning and little fan vent, I guess. I don't know. But you can mix and match all these. You can display them whatever way you want. I have them connected together just in a straight line. But if you look at the packaging, you can display them that way. It is what it is. I mean, do it however you want to do it. I prefer the straight line. It just looks better to me. But they're your toys. You can display them how you want to display them. They're pretty good figures. I'm overall impressed. The one articulation that I do have an issue with is down here at the ankle. Oh, look at that. I didn't know they had knee swivels down there. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So, learning something new. Look at that, guys. Could he sit meditation style? Yeah, probably not. But I didn't know that was down there. And yeah, they have it up here too. I knew that, but I didn't know they had it down there. But the ankle swivel, that's all the ankle does. I don't love that. I mean, it's like come on, Playmates, you could have given us like a little bit of an ankle rocker in there. I'm not asking for much. These figures are only, they're only $13, so $12.97 at Walmart. So maybe I'm asking too much, I don't know, but you could have done a little better in there, I think. The original turtle figures were like $3, so it's basically the same molds with a little bit of articulation. You could have added an ankle rocker in there, I think. They get a decent enough poses, as you see, but with an ankle rocker in there, I think it would have just took it to next level. Now, what I'm going to do is do a little bit of size comparisons. Since I said Don's going to be my guinea pig, that's how he's going to be. Here is Donatello, the 1988 remaster in 2004, compared to, I don't think this is the original one, because the original ones had gummy heads, and I don't have them anymore. I did, but over time I just lost them. But here's the original, one of the originals. Is a date on the bottom of his foot? No, it's not. Next to this Donatello. Yes, his belt is gone. If you were a kid, a lot of in the 80s or 90s, a lot of the times you just lost their belts. You just did. And he's not going to stand on his own, but so I'm going to hold him. But as you can see, this Donnie is a little bit taller. And like I said, look. See, they goofed up the faces, but it is what it is. This Donnie's a little bit taller because he can stand properly. The turtles were originally posed sort of in a bent knee, hunched knee position, and it was fine for the 80s and 90s. This is what we got. And even back then, there was a lot of detail to turtles, especially the bad guys. The bad guys were gross. So I'd love to see Playmates release some bad guys and really bring out those details even more. And one thing I do want to point out is look at their noses. I feel like the new ones, their noses stick out a little longer. Maybe not. Maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. Obviously, their heads are bigger and whatnot. But I feel like their noses go a bit further over their bottom lip. More like some of the original art style. Maybe not, but that's just what I see. But yeah, there's a comparison. We also have a comparison to one of the later on turtle figures. This is Raphael from the, you would bend him over and he'd flip. He'd do a backflip. And pretty sure he still works. He does, but I'm not going to let it fly because everything's going to go falling. And obviously, Donnie's taller. All of these like spring action turtles, they were in a hunch position too. And this is a very lightly made turtle. Like, he's kind of hollow. Like, look at those feet. I never noticed that as a kid because, you know, I wasn't picky. But yeah, I think that's for a vintage comparison. And then I'm going to bring out Leatherhead, who was, you know, always hulking in the cartoon, but his toy was a little lacking, a little small. I always loved this toy. I still do. But he was always smaller than the turtles, no matter what. And he was quite bigger than the turtles in the cartoon in the games, if you remember the games. So yeah, there's that for comparison. And then what I want to do is, since I'm using Donatello, I'm going to bring out NECA animated Donatello. Let's straighten up my camera here. And let's just take a moment to realize what a time we live in, that we're getting animated Ninja Turtles from NECA. Some of the best Ninja Turtle figures ever put to market. And we're getting vintage Playmate style. You can to stand, you know, on the shelf beside each other. That's just wild to me. We live in a good time for toys, guys. Younger generations, not so much. If you go through the toy section at Target or Walmart, the younger kids don't have that much. Like, I believe girls do, because I have both a son and a daughter, and the girls have better toy options than the boys do, but I guess that's because boys are more focused on video games and whatnot, and pretty much all the guys that make toys now for us, for 40-year-olds, grew up with wanting improvements to their original line. But yeah, there's a comparison as well. And last but not least, everybody's favorite green Spud, Slimer. Now again, you're not gonna pose Donatello and Slimer together, but you know, this is a fun comparison that I like to do for my figures that I'm reviewing. So yeah, all said and done, I'm pretty pleased with the remastered Ninja Turtles. Could there be some things that are a little better? Yes. The pitted skin could not be a thing. Again, I don't have the problem with it I thought I was going to have with it, but I feel like it's an unnecessary addition. It just doesn't make sense, in my opinion, why they'd do that. It really, really doesn't. And, of course, the ankles could be a little better. All they got on there is a little spinner for foot rotation. And that's just dumb. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, if you see these guys, I could absolutely recommend them. They're not expensive. So yeah, if you see these guys, I absolutely recommend them. If you're a Ninja Turtles fan, if you are a vintage toy fan, there is no reason for you to not get these guys. I feel like these guys, how much are the Motu Origin figures? Are they like $9.99 or something like that? I feel like these could be around that price instead of the $12.97 that they go, but I feel like you get more accessories with these guys than you do the Motu figures. You get the base, you get the extra accessories and weapons and whatnot. So I guess I can understand $12.97. It's not a bad price. It was $55 total for these figures. And if you're a Turtle fan, I think you owe it to yourselves to get them. I guess you could hold out to see if they do a re-release of these things with the better head swap, the proper head swap with the normal skin that's not textured and whatnot. But seriously, if you're a Turtle fan, you owe it to yourself to get these. I really believe that. And honestly, if you're an on-card fan, these would be good to keep on card too, because they look great in packaging, and I am a 110% out-of-the-box collector. But yes, again, if you're a Ninja Turtles fan and your Walmart gets these, grab them. I don't think they're going to be on shelves for much longer. I know in my area, it's a heavily scalped area, so if I see something and I want it, I grab it right away because I know it's not going to be there. So I highly recommend these guys, 110%. They do have problems. They are not perfect. But for a turtle fan, I'm happy. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this review, click like, follow me on YouTube and on TikTok. And until next time, keep on playing.